High school football 2018 tonight. And the Hawks this evening led by a sophomore by the name of Peyton McMullen.
Peyton McMullen, sophomore, getting the start. Gonna have to use that workhorse behind him. Tristan Chacon, absolute stud, carried them into the playoffs last year, hoping to get the same thing going this year.
Absolutely, 1,100 yards and 16 touchdowns on the ground for Tristan Chacon last year. What a season he had. Also, looking for some great performance coming up this season from the likes of Tristan Lovett, who, as we mentioned, was 79 tackles. And we talked about this a little bit earlier as we were getting things ready. 44 of 46 point-after touchdowns. Who wouldn't want a kicker like that?
Yeah, NFL, college. I mean, ask any coach at any football level.
Absolutely. Well, it's the Hawks and it's the Marble Fall Mustangs, and we're about to get things started off for 2018. We'll be right back with more. You're enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors, all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests, while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor, all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Well, the Hawks have won the toss this evening. They've elected to receive the football to start. And as you hear it from the Hawk faithful, I think they're ready to get this season started as well.
They're absolutely ready. This crowd is electric. What a better way to start. You're at home. First game of the season, coming off a great campaign last year. Into the season left somewhat of a bad taste in your mouth, and now you just get to erase all that and start fresh.
Absolutely want to take it one step further, Coach Charlie Drum and his Hawk squad this year. At least one step further, and nothing out of the realm of possibilities of bringing home that 4A trophy. That's what we're all shooting for, by the way.
Absolutely. That's the goal. You get that 4A state championship for Marble Falls. Obviously, they're looking for a 5A state championship, but Canyon Lake right there. Regional semifinal last year, looking to push forward farther this year.
Trent Lorette back to receive the opening kickoff along with Jacob Ruff and also number 15, Nick Rivera. They'll be standing back inside the 20, two on the 15-yard line, and got the deep man right around the 10 as we're getting set to kick this thing off this evening. Marble Falls, as we were mentioning, in their white uniforms with purple numerals, as you can see. Some final instructions from the referee before we get things started. As you can see out there, Alex Harden saying, "Get up, Hawk fans," and that's exactly what's going on. Canyon Lake faithful on their feet as we wait the kickoff. It's coming from the foot of number 30, number 30, that'll be Logan Barnes who'll be kicking this off for the Mustangs, and the 2018 season is underway for the Canyon Lake Hawks. This one handled and mishandled actually on the far side of the field at the 20-yard line by Rivera, but he picks it up, takes the football across the 40 down to around the 45-yard line. Hawks are going to be in great field position to start this one this evening.
What a I guess, fortunate circumstance there. He kind of bobbled the ball, almost fumbled it over, but then picked it up and got out to the 42-yard line.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, that's where the line of scrimmage. Actually marking
43.
Marking it right there as sophomore quarterback Peyton McMullen comes into the ball game. Chance Martelli will be the swing man lines up to the left side, and they break huddle. It's 1st and 10 Hawks. Here's the roll to the right side. Pass complete to 32 across the 30. Goes number 21. That is Trenton Lorette. We've talked very much about this young man at the beginning of the game there, Mike.
You know what? We even had to make sure, we wanted to make sure we got his name right. Was it Lorette? Is it Lorette? You even went to ask because you knew something was going to happen with Trenton tonight. And a great start for the Hawks.
That's how you do it, get a big bang out of that. So they've advanced the ball now to the 32-yard line, that being the Mustangs' 32-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Canyon Lake as they break huddle and break it quickly. Here's the quarterback, McMullen. Dropping back, he bootlegs around the left side. And they run that kind of offense, kind of a misdirection quite a bit, and it can even fool the PA announcer or the radio announcer, the broadcast announcer, like it did to yours truly. However, the ball was advanced to about the 26-yard line to give them about a pickup of 6.
Jacob Ruff, the fullback, carried it up the middle. It was one of those, just like you said, misdirection. They're so packed tight on the line. That's why the first play was so successful. It looked like they were going to run the ball, and they went play action pass on the first play of the season.
Here we go, 2nd down as the Hawks take to the line of scrimmage. McMullen under center. Like some movement, but they're back. Here we go. It's the handoff straight up the middle, and bulling his way is Jacob Ruff, the big fullback. He bangs out across the 15 to about the 14. Well, they'll mark it back at the 15. That ought to move the chains and give the Hawks another 1st down.
Marble Falls is reeling right now because they can't figure out who has the ball because the handoffs are so quick and precise, and there's just so much movement once the ball is snapped.
That's one thing I noticed about Canyon Lake in last year's playoff game against Pleasanton. That offense moves quickly. It's 1st and 10. Hawks once again. McMullen this time fakes the keeper and hands off number 20 with the carry that time. And that is Tristan Chacon, the big workhorse. Bangs it out across the 15 for a gain of 1. Be 2nd down for the Hawks.
I thought McMullen actually kept that one, so I've been fooled now as well. Because I thought he kept that coming around the right side.
They're very slick offensively. Very, very slick. That's how they've been successful moving the football.
I think what a great call to start the season with the play action pass. Obviously, Marble Falls expecting to run.
Trey Lucero comes flanked out to the right side for the Hawks. 2nd down, whistles, and I believe we may have false start. And that is the indication. False start against Canyon Lake, and that'll back it up.
Yeah, they moved a little bit on the left side and drew one of the defensive linemen from Marble Falls into the neutral zone.
Well, you give it about a quarter and a half to get all the nerves out of it because dress rehearsals are over. As one of my favorite songs growing up said to one of my favorite TV shows, no more rehearsing and nursing our part. We know every part by heart. At least Coach Drum is hoping that. 2nd down. Here's a handoff coming near side. Once again, nice hole and into the end zone for the first Canyon Lake touchdown of the season.
It was 22
Connor Rose.
Senior getting the first touchdown of the year for the Hawks.
And the Hawks draw first blood with 9:33 left to go in the first quarter. They're on the scoreboard. 6-0 on top of Marble Falls.
What a great play under misdirection. Connor got the ball on the right side and just broke one tackle, and then it was off to the races.
Well, here comes Mr. Automatic Lorette on to try the extra point. Snap is down, the kick is up. You better believe it's good. 9:33 left to go in the first quarter. Our score, Canyon Lake on top of Marble Falls, 7-0. You're enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
I've been an HEB truck driver for over 40 years and driven more than 3 million miles. I've seen a lot of wide open spaces and beautiful Texas places. It's the best job ever. All 700 of our friendly truck drivers are committed to getting fresh products to the store every single day. In fact, HEB drivers make more than 12,000 deliveries every week because Texas families need us, so we always deliver. This is the Delivered Fresh department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
This ain't no game. Did you miss me, family?
You were gone?
I love you!
Gallaghers have always attracted crazy, sir.
Jerry, you all right?
You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
I need to do something!
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this.
Right uppercut, and it's over!
Back with you live at Canyon Lake Stadium. That was quick. On the board with 9:33 left to go in the first quarter, and the Hawks get things started. Here's the kickoff. This is handled by the man to the near side. Returning next, number 3, Andrew Rodriguez, one of the wide receivers we'll be looking for this evening. Takes the ball down. They'll mark it at near the 35-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will go to work for the first time this season offensively.
The Hawks hoping that defense come out and start just as fast as the offense did. A 6-play, 56-yard drive in under 3 minutes. I mean, that's how you script it if you're the coach. Coach Drum scripted it beautifully, and it executed perfectly.
Just like they drew it up in the locker room. So it's first down and 10 yards to go for the Marble Falls Mustangs. They're at their own 35-yard line. And we'll check and see who it is going at quarterback this evening. We were told it would be Luke Nail, and I believe that is the case. It's Nail's in the shotgun. He's a southpaw. Fires one out across the 35 to near the 40-yard line, and making the catch is running back Dylan Mayberry before he's met there and stopped. And then on the stop that time, Jacob Neal for Canyon Lake.
Quick little pass off to the side. Both teams starting their offensive sets with a pass out to the opposite sides of the field.
They're going to give them a pickup of about 6. It'll be second down and 4 for Marble Falls. They send 2 receivers to the far side. Single receiver to the near side, Nail, the sophomore quarterback. Hands up straight up the middle. Nice hole across midfield and into Canyon Lake territory. Goes the running back, number 7, Hayden Wells.
A first down to start off the drive for Marble Falls here. Need to do a quick answer as they give up a touchdown. Obviously, the scoreboard's not working. We have some of the fans, I think, pointing up at us, telling us to fix the scoreboard right now.
Line of scrimmage is the Canyon Lake 49-yard line. It's first and 10 for Marble Falls. Once again, Nail the shotgun. He hands off. This time, wrapped up in the backfield and dropped. Good defensive pursuit. Coming over was Grayson Lee from his linebacker position. That 6'1", 195-pound senior linebacker.
He is the heart and soul of that defense. Absolutely blew up the middle. There was a host of Hawks waiting right in the middle of the line to make that tackle.
Loss of 1. It's going to be 2nd and 11 for Marble Falls. Once again, they send a single receiver to the near side. One to the far side. Nail has gone shotgun thus far. He's rolling right, feeling pressure once again. Nail hit, and he is sacked. Big loss that time. Alex Harden, 5'10", 185-pound junior with a big pop on the Marble Falls quarterback.
Nail flushed to his right, was about to get sacked, and then all of a sudden decided to turn back and had nowhere to go, and a huge loss on second down.
Harden from his defensive end position that time chased down the quarterback Nail and dropped him all the way back at where the drive started, their own 35-yard line.
Now they're facing a 3rd and long with a team that's been trying to throw the ball, so I guess you just try and get as much as you can here without making a big mistake.
Absolutely. Got to get down to the 39-yard line of Canyon Lake for the first down. Here's Nail once again. Pressure once again sacked. That time, Hudson Duke, the 6', 225-pound sophomore defensive tackle with a stop of the Marble Falls quarterback, and that'll bring up a punting situation.
Not to make the obvious joke, but if the offensive line doesn't prevent Nail from getting nailed over and over again, it's going to be a long night for Marble Falls.
I see what you did there. That was good. It is a punting situation, standing back at his own 35-yard line. As soon as we can get that returner's number, we'll certainly let you know, pass along who it is. Over 30 years of doing this, I tell you, the eyes get old. And here he is trying to field it. I believe that is 21 fielding that. That is Trenton Laurent. And boy, does he have some space. As he crosses midfield and into Marble Falls territory, he'll be knocked out at about the Mustang 45. It'll be first down for Canyon Lake at that point.
That's a case of the punter kind of out-kicking his coverage. He kicked the ball, kind of a line drive. It bounced twice. Laurent caught it, had room to run, just as he did on the opening kickoff. Laurent making plays all over the field right now for the Canyon Lake Hawks.
He's just one of those players that you love having on your team. He's going to get it done for you, and that is the case. They're marking this, actually saying he stepped out at about the 49-yard line, that being the Marble Falls 49. Here's that quick strike offense now to the line for the Hawks on a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff straight up the middle. An big hole this time, crossing the 30 and out of bounds at about the 24-yard line goes Jacob Ruff. the 180-pound fullback.
Jacob Ruff again, just like on the last drive. This time instead of going up the middle, quick handoff out to the right side, had lots of room, moving the ball very, very easily right now.
I got to tell you, from our vantage point, trying to look at his sneaks down there, it looks like he's barefoot.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell he had shoes on. It's going to be first down for the Hawks. Line of scrimmage is the Mustang 25. 6:13 left to go, first quarter. And the Hawks are knocking on the door once again. Two receivers to the far side. Here's the handoff coming near side, down across the 15 to near the 10-yard line goes Caleb Allman, 5'9", 170-pound senior fullback.
Another fullback getting the ball. It's basically the same play. Just play off the right side, through the middle, and then running off to the right, getting more yards, moving the ball. 2 plays, they're already just outside the 10-yard line.
I tell you what, Hawks getting it done on the ground tonight. That's going to set up that passing game for the young sophomore quarterback. It's first down for Canyon Lake. Line of scrimmage about the 13. Here's the handoff coming near side. That's Laurent busting his way down across the 10 to about the 9-yard line. In on the stop, that was Carlos De La Hoya from his defensive line position for Marble Falls.
Only about a 3 or 4 yard gain right there for the Hawks. Basically their shortest play of the evening so far.
They're going to mark it at the 9. This will bring up a second down. Clock continues to run. Just about a little over 5 minutes left in this first quarter. It's been all Canyon Lake from the get-go. And this only their second offensive possession of the night. And, of course, keeping it on the ground will keep that clock running.
Yeah, they're kind of a ball control offense right now, but doing it quickly.
Second down. Once again, McMullen on the delay. Hands off. Straight ahead. That is Chacon. He's going to be stopped at about the 9. Maybe give him the 8. Maybe a pickup of 1 that time. Is coming over to make the stop was number 84. That's Sam May from his defensive line position.
Marble Falls starting to key in on the tackles up the middle right now. You have to wonder if this is going to kind of open up something on the outside here in a few minutes, if Canyon Lake's going to have something available on one of the wide sides.
Martelli checks into the game on a third down for the Hawks. Here it is once again on a misdirection, trying to come near side, and I believe that was Chacon once again with a carry. No, check that. That's Lorette. Banged out across to near the 8-yard line, and it's decision time for Coach Drum. That may be field goal time.
I think it's field goal time. This is basically an extra point. You have a kicker who is basically automatic. Let's just call it what it is. I hope I don't put the announcer jinx on him, but I apologize if I do. But, you know, I think this is a no-brainer. You're moving the ball at will right now. Take the points while you can.
And there's Lorette, this one coming out of the hold of Brandon Robinson, who's the backup quarterback for Canyon Lake. Spotted at the 15. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's perfect. And with 3:39 left to go in the first quarter, our score, Canyon Lake 10, Marble Falls nothing. We'll be back with more enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
We are watching stars being born.
The X Factor UK is back on Access TV Sunday and Monday nights.
Here we go.
With an all-star lineup of judges. The auditions.
Pure magic.
Unforgettable performances. Who will be the next big pop star? Catch an all-new season of the X Factor UK Sundays and Mondays 8, 7 Central on Access TV.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
3:39 left to go in the first quarter, and it's been all Canyon Lake thus far. 10 points on the board. And it looks like Loretta's set to kick this thing off again.
Another quick drive, 6 plays again. This one 6 plays, about 41 yards, ending with a 25-yard field goal, a 10-0 lead for the Hawks.
And not only are we being treated to a very, very nice running game by Canyon Lake, but the way things looked on that first defensive series for them, oh, that was a treat in itself.
Absolutely. They had a first down they get up early to Marble Falls, but after that, back-to-back sacks, moving them back about 25 yards on that possession.
Lorette getting set to kick this off from his own 40-yard line as he gets his right foot into it. This one handled by one of the up men, and he'll say, we'll take it right here. As handling that is number 28, Reese Van Hoos, the senior linebacker from Marble Falls, and the Mustangs will have the football once again. Looks like right around the same spot that they had to begin their last drive.
Hawks defense obviously wanting to come out again and get another stop, get the ball back to their offense. A great start on the first possession. Like I said a minute ago, just give up a quick first down, but then back-to-back sacks, moving them back, knocking Nail back about 25 yards.
Actually, check that. The line of scrimmage will be their own 30-yard line on this 1st and 10 for Marble Falls. Quarterback Nail hands off to the first man through. Nice hole that time. I thought he had put the ball on the ground. Apparently not. Goes the running back Hayden Wells for a second carry. He gets 5 to about the 35-yard line, which will bring up a 2nd and 5.
I tell you what, Roland, he got popped across the middle. I thought he'd fumbled that ball. I thought he just came up empty-handed, but he held onto the ball.
Yeah, I thought for a moment there that squirted out, and apparently he maintained possession because it is a 2nd and 5 now for Marble Falls, who sends 2 receivers to the far side and a single receiver to the near side. Shotgun formation for their quarterback, Nail. Here's a handoff once again. Met and dropped in the backfield is the Mustang running back. Oh, what a play by Grayson Lee, 2nd big play of the night.
He led the team last year with 85 tackles. I think that's already tackled 3 or 4 tonight in this game for Grayson Lee. He is absolutely the leader of that defense and is everywhere.
Loss of 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for Marble Falls, as this time send 2 receivers to the far side, got a receiver in the slot far side and a single receiver near side for quarterback Luke Nail. Movement, penalty markers. Now, what are they going to say this on the offense or the defense? They may say this is against the Mustangs because they stopped the play.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're going to have a false start there because a little bit of movement and the entire defensive line for Canyon Lake jumped across the line.
No, actually they're getting this on the defense. So that'll move it up, and that should give them about a 3rd and call it 3. Line of scrimmage is now the 35, 37-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 3 for Marble Falls. Again, Mustangs with Hayden Wells in the backfield. They send Kyle Henshaw flanked out to the near side, 2 receivers far side. Nail once again shotgun, barking out signals, hands off, and penalty markers once again. This time may be on Marble Falls. We'll check this out.
Yeah, I think 77, Renato Araguin, I think he moved out of his stance a little bit premature.
That's the call. Procedure against the Mustangs. That's going to back it up to, well, where they were. So it'll be 3rd, call it 8.
Surprising that the entire line had jumped off sides on that play a minute ago, but then they get it right back with a false start on the offense.
3rd and 8 now. Once again, Wells in the backfield with quarterback Nail, who barks out the signals, fakes it. The handoff, that is, to Wells, feeling pressure. He's rolling near side, being chased, and he'll be run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, and once again, penalty markers fly. We'll check what's happening here.
There might have been a block in the back right along the sideline by Marble Falls. one of the Hawks players went flying into his bench.
Well, so far no indication from the white hat, and I believe it's about to come. A minute 38 left to go here, and that is exactly blocking the back. Good call there, Mike Benson. And that's what will happen. That'll negate that play and move it back once again.
Nail was coming around the side and needed one more block to kind of get free and maybe get close to that first down, and he got that block. It just happened to be two hands right in the back.
So this drive that began on the 30-yard line has now been backed up to the 23. It'll be third down, and call it about 17.
Marble Falls keeps getting in their own way, making mistakes, and are not blocking, giving up loss after loss.
Two receivers far side, single receiver to the near side. Nail takes the snap, rolls far side, trying to buy some time. Nothing doing there, coming over and putting the big hit on him. I believe that was 56 Nathan De Leon. We'll have to check that out, though.
Either way, if it wasn't De Leon, what a great play again. Every time that Nail tries to roll to that right side, there is pressure waiting for him right there.
That was a big, big heads-up play, though. And I believe that was De Leon with the sack that time. And the Hawks defense rises to the occasion yet once again.
I think that's their third sack of the evening, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Marble Falls punts this away. Lorette waits at midfield. He called for the fair catch, and he'll have the football once again. In Marble Falls territory, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks, and they're going to mark this once again at the 49-yard line.
Same starting position as they had last time on the 49. This time, Lorette, I think he thought about running, and then at the last second kind of waved his hand and called the fair catch.
50 seconds left to go in the first quarter, in a first quarter that has been all Canyon Lake, as they're making a statement on their way to get things started this 2018 season. They're up 10-0 on Marble Falls.
Let's see if they work to the outside on this drive a little bit more than they did last time.
Lorette comes to the near side, single receiver far side. Here's McMullen faking, dropping back, play action, pass intended for number 30, JT Green, just out of his reach, is back defensively. That was Ben Anderson for Marble Falls.
JT was open. The ball just was a little bit too far in front of him. Tried to make a great one-handed catch, but he couldn't pull it in.
These are things that McMullen will learn in time, I guess, as he starts getting himself a little bit more familiar with the offense and with the rhythm of how they click.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore. I mean, this is his first varsity start here. But there was a penalty that we missed, evidently.
This is a penalty against Marble Falls. This is a big one, as this moves this all the way inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
I assume it was roughing the passer if it was a 15-yard penalty.
So a 15-yarder and a first down for Canyon Lake. Once again, line of scrimmage is the 34. This time they break huddle. They're inside for quarterback McMullen, taking the snap. Penalty markers once again. I guess a lot of early miscues, and they're going to call this one against Canyon Lake.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier, it takes usually the first quarter or so to get the pregame jitters or the first game jitters out. I mean, it happens to everybody, even us. You know, there's a little broadcasting things that are first game jitters going on.
Oh, don't blame it on the first game. You'll get this week 7, I promise you, although I'll do my best not to. 41 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the Hawks up 10-0 on Marble Falls as they break huddle. First now, call it about 15 for Canyon Lake. This time, nice handoff on a misdirection, and they stop the play, and penalty markers once again.
More movement. The offensive line moved again. They're not in sync right now offensively. They're trying to go that quick up-tempo offense, but they're not on the same page.
Well, I know Coach Drum will have something to say about that, to get them all hitting on the right rhythm, as now they've backed themselves up to about the 44-yard line. So it's first down, and call it 20. Got to get to the 24 to pick up a first down for Canyon Lake.
The penalty, and then two penalties on your own to back yourself up doesn't help.
Two receivers to the far side. McMullen rolling. This time, handoff. Nice. All alone. This is rough. Ruff takes it to the house. Touchdown, Canyon Lake.
What a play call. McMullen rolls to his left, almost kind of like the old Statue of Liberty play.
Absolutely.
He rolls to the left, and Ruff is just waiting there, and he just simply hands him the ball, and then there's nobody in sight as he runs to the right, and he rumbles about 45 yards for a touchdown.
Unbelievable, but that's what this kind of offense can do to you. As the Hawks are on the board once again, 27 seconds left. Here's Lorette on to try the extra point this out of the hold of Robinson. This time a fake is rolling to the right side, crossing the 5, and I think he's going to be stopped just shy of the end zone as they tried to go for a 2-point conversion. That time, good stop on special teams by Marble Falls' Evan Croce. And with 27 seconds left to go in the first quarter, 16 to nothing, that is. Canyon Lake on top of the Marble Falls Mustangs. We'll be back with more Hawks football. This is the Hawks Network.
Sunday, September 23rd. Don't miss the 911 two-night premiere event.
Must be hard being a first responder.
And if you missed a heart-pounding second of 911 Season 1,
We have to get her to the hospital.
watch it anytime on demand at Fox Now.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones who lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
I am going to get you out of here, I swear on my life.
911, the two-night premiere event starts Sunday, September 23rd on Fox.
At Frost, we have the top-rated app in the banking category. Yet it's the half star that's missing that has our attention. So we're always pushing, tweaking, and updating. Because even a little half star will keep us up at night.
Back with you live as Lorette gets set to kick this thing off after another 44-yard touchdown this time by Ruff. Kickoff handled by Martinez as he takes the ball out across the 35 to near the 40-yard line. Check that, that's Andrew Rodriguez. I think they're going to mark this at the 40, and that's where the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
This is their best starting field position of the night so far on their own 40. They were here earlier, but then 2 sacks pushed them back, almost back inside the red zone earlier.
So the Mustangs break huddle. Looks like their receiver, Hanshaw, comes up limpy a little bit. Certainly hope he's all right. Don't want to see any injuries here on the first night of the season. Nail, a quarterback, 2 backs in the backfield with him on a 1st and 10 from his own 40. Fakes the handoff, now coming near side is Hayden Wells, the running back. He gets 2 before he's met there and wrapped up by Jacob Neal.
Jacob Neal was about to be blocked by Nail, but Nail, I don't think, had anything for him, and Neal just ran right through him.
All right, pick up, let's see where they're going to spot this. 42-yard line, so they'll call it 2. And I tell you what, time's run out on us here in the first quarter. That's the end of the first quarter with our score, Canyon Lake 16, Marble Falls nothing. We'll be back for second quarter action in just a moment. You're enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
At Frost, we have the top-rated app in the banking category. Yet it's the half star that's missing that has our attention. So we're always pushing, tweaking, and updating. Because even a little half star will keep us up at night.
Mike Benson and yours truly, Roland J. Reese, back with you here at Canyon Lake Hawks Stadium on the campus of Canyon Lake High School here in beautiful Fisher, Texas. We are so glad that you're here with us this evening to enjoy opening night of the 2018 campaign for the Canyon Lake Hawks. And boy, were we treated to first quarter Hawk-wise.
Oh man, the Hawks just absolutely in control. 16 points in the first quarter, made it look pretty easy offensively.
Second down, call it 8 to start the second quarter for Marble Falls. As their sophomore quarterback, Luke Nail, Flips it out, pass complete. They'll be met and dropped back there. Caleb Allman in on the stop that time for the Hawks, along with Clay Weber, 6'2", 210-pound senior defensive end.
Neal got rid of that ball very quickly. You have to wonder if all the pressure that he had on him in the first quarter has that clock speeding up a little bit in his head to get rid of the ball.
They're going to call it a pickup of 1 on that play. It'll be 3rd and 7 as the Mustangs slowly but surely break huddle. They'll send 2 receivers to the near side and a single receiver to the far side. Neal once again shotgun as he's gone all game so far. Dropping back, airs out far side, pass is complete.
Reception made by the Mustangs.
And that'll be enough for first down, as hauling that one in is his wide receiver, Kyle Henshaw.
That's one of his 2 favorite targets on the outside. A nice throw by Neal to hit him right on the, basically in stride as he's going toward the sidelines for a first down.
So I believe this is the first time that the Mustangs have been in Hawk territory thus far this evening. Line of scrimmage is the Hawk 49, call it 48 on the first down. Here's Neal, the handoff, nothing doing. What pursuit that time, coming over Clay Weber to make the stop on the running back, Hayden Wells.
Lots of pressure up the middle for the Hawks defense. Once again, another loss. I think right now that's their 5th tackle for a loss so far in this game, at least 5th.
That's it's been very, very impressive showing by that Hawk defense. Is now they're driven, the Mustangs are driven back into their own territory. Line of scrimmage is there, 48, call it 48 and a half. It'll be second down and about 12. Neal takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks near side, has Rodriguez across the 45 to around the 44-yard line for a nice pickup that time for Marble Falls.
Just a little in route right there. Rodriguez coming across the middle from the outside, and Neal hit him right in stride. A nice little pickup there for Marble Falls. They have to get some kind of points on this drive rolling, or this game's going to get out of hand, because they haven't shown any sign of stopping the Hawks offense right now.
It's third down. Call it about 6 as there's movement right now. They get back, and this one may be on the Mustangs as coming across the line there. Jacob Neal says, no, he moved.
You know, typically in all my experience, if a guy is the first one pointing at somebody else, he's probably guilty.
He's the guilty party, and I think you're right,
yeah.
As this one is against the Hawks. That'll move it up, and that'll give the Mustangs a 3rd and short now.
I think he was trying to time the snap, and the cadence has been changed a little bit, so he was off, and then he wanted to put the blame on someone else.
Looks like 3rd and call it about 1 for Marble Falls. Who's now checking into the game is Joshua Allman, 5'9", 230-pound junior defensive tackle. So 3rd and 1. See if that Hawks defense has a big stand in them this time. And another stoppage. And this delay against Marble Falls.
Marble Falls keeps shooting themselves in the foot with penalty after penalty, or they give up a big loss when they're close. They've moved the ball decently so far against Canyon Lake, but when you've got 3rd and 1, you can't have a delay of game penalty.
JT Green now checks into the ball game. He'll be replacing Clay Weber for Canyon Lake. 3rd and call it about 6 for the Mustangs. Here's Neal. Here's the handoff. Nice hole, and that should be enough for a first down for the running back. Hayden Wells is coming over Brandon Robinson, among others, to make the stop for that Hawk defense.
Wells almost gave up the first down. He got to the marker and then kind of spun back inside to get some more yardage and backed up a little bit, but ended up falling forward to get the first down clearly.
37-yard line. The Hawk 37, that is where the Mustang moved the football. It'll be 1st and 10 for Marble Falls from that point. 8:40 left to go before halftime. Canyon Lake out to a 16-0 lead over Marble Falls. It's been all Canyon Lake to this point, but the Mustangs showing a little bit of sign of a drive here as Rodriguez comes flanked to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Bad snap. This one gets away from the quarterback. Nails still on the ground. I believe the Mustangs have retained possession. But, boy, they're going to be thrown for a loss.
I can't tell if the ball was snapped high or if it just went right through Nail's fingertips, right over his head. He even had trouble picking it up. Fortunate for him, one of his linemen came back and recovered the ball. A disastrous play after they just picked up a first down and were moving the ball into Canyon Lake territory.
That's right. It's a loss of about 10 as this is back at the Hawk 47-yard line. So it'll be second down. By the looks of things, they've got to get to the 27 to pick up a first down. So second and quite a bit of real estate. Call it 20. Trips to the far side. Now here comes a man in motion near side. Penalty markers once again.
Delay of game again, I think, or did the coach get a timeout in?
I believe Marble Falls has called a timeout. So with that one, we'll take this one. 7:30 left to go before halftime. Our score, Canyon Lake 16, Marble Falls nothing, and you're enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests, while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Back with you live. We're facing a second down and about 20 for Marble Falls as this time Nail airs it out. Right across the middle, pass intended for number 34, Dylan Mayberry. Just a little bit too far. Nick Rivera back defensively for Canyon Lake.
Mayberry was open. The ball was just a little bit high and couldn't get the pass reeled in.
This drive made it as far as the Canyon Lake 37-yard line before a couple of miscues moved Marble Falls all the way back to the Hawk 47, and they're facing a third down now. They've got to get, it looks like they've got to get to the 27 for a first down. Here's Nail rolling left side, pass complete to Rodriguez. Not sure if he called that one in or not.
Yeah, it went through his arms and rolled out of bounds right through the arms.
Okay, couldn't tell if it was trapped or if it hit the ground or what, so better eyes than mine. So that's an incomplete pass, and that'll bring up a fourth down. Definitely a punting situation for Marble Falls. Is back to punt is number 80, Brock Linder.
That's a microcosm of the game so far for Marble Falls. They have ran about 11 plays and picked up 12 yards total after penalties and losses.
High snap this time. Linder brings it down, gets his right foot into this. Giving a bit of chase is Rivera before this thing goes out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. That's where the Hawks will take over, 1st and 10.
Hawks looking to capitalize on another defensive stop and just keep that momentum rolling. Not really sure about the fake extra point on the last drive. You got somebody who's automatic like that, make it a nice 17-0 game. But I'm not the coach. I'm up here in the booth. There's a reason he's down there and I'm up here.
I understand that, absolutely. And I tell you what, McMullen has looked rather impressive here to get things started for a sophomore. To think this young man's only going to get better with experience. Here's a handoff coming near side. And the running back, who I believe is Chacon, yes, takes it out across the 20 to near the 25-yard line. Call it about the 24 before he stopped there by Sam May.
That was only Chacon's, I think, second carry of the entire game so far. That tells you how effective they've been on all facets of the offense so far.
Absolutely. They've had the rough factor on the ground tonight. Yeah. That young man's done quite a job, including that 44-yard touchdown scamper.
What a great play call that was. Just creative and just absolutely fantastic.
Second down this time to give.
On the carry.
Straight up the middle, that is Allman, who takes it across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Should be enough to move the chains, though, and give the Hawks a first down.
Lots of movement up the middle so far in this game. Most of their plays are dive or counter plays that start, but there is space on the outside because it seems like Marble Falls is keying a lot on the inside of the play. Like I said earlier, I wonder if this is going to set something up on the outside here in a little while.
Neal bringing a play in from the sidelines. He comes flanked out to the near side on a 1st and 10. Here's McMullen. Here's the handoff. Allman trying to bang his way across the right side of that line. Gets a couple before he's met there by May.
You know what I love about this? This is old school, hat on a hat, just smash mouth football. We're going to block your guys, and we're going to run right up the middle through you and score touchdowns.
Absolutely. Again,
second down. Make it 8-2. Second down.
It's a pickup of a couple that time. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Canyon Lake as that clock continues to run with just under 6 minutes left to go before halftime, and the Hawks out to a 16-0 lead. Here's McMullen. Here's the snap. Here's the give to the man in motion. Across the 40, the 35, and run out of bounds is Connor Rose, who takes the handoff, gives the Hawks another big first down before he's run out of bounds there by Elijah Todd, the sophomore linebacker. And we're going to have a timeout for an injured player who's on the field. And as we were mentioning, Mike, before the game, weather like this, cramps are very, very common.
Yeah, it was a tackle that kind of went into the bench of Canyon Lake, and I didn't see anybody fall or like run into the actual metal structures of the bench itself. But we've got one of the Hawks one of the Mustangs for Marble Falls laying on the ground right now on the Canyon Lake sideline.
He is right around the 47-yard line. Trainer's coming over to attend to him right now. We'll see if we can check and get you some scores from around the area in just a moment. That appears to be number 20, Zach Hill, who's back up under his own power. And looks like he can return to action this evening. So the line of scrimmage now the 44-yard line, that being the Hawk 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Canyon Lake when we get back to action. Checking into the ball game for Canyon Lake is Chance Martelli. He's a 5'11", 160-pound senior. In tight this time on a 1st down. Here's McMullen taking the handoff, dropping back, airing it out. Has a man. Pass was intended for number 22, Connor Rose, but back defensively that time for Marble Falls. I believe that was number 10. We'll check that momentarily. Evan Croyce, correct?
I tell you what, McMullen has an arm. That ball got out there. He just used too much arm on that throw there.
Yeah, it seemed as though the intended receiver Rose may have had a step that time, but yeah, just a little miscue, as we said early on in the season. I'm sure the rhythm and the timing and all this will get worked out. Going flank to the far side, Trey Lucero for Canyon Lake on a 2nd down. Ball on the ground as there was a miscue from that handoff, and the Marble Falls Mustangs come up with the football.
That is just the break the Mustangs needed. They were just absolutely getting pushed around in this game. A small, simple handoff turns into a fumble. Now it looks like the Mustangs are going to take over on the 40-yard line of the Hawks.
Senior linebacker Reese Van Hoos coming up with that fumble that time for the Mustangs. And they're in pretty decent field position on the Hawk 40.
This will be their best field position of the night. Moved into the Hawks side of the field in the last possession, but then a bad snap, fumble, and knocked them back with more penalties.
Grayson Lee having a word there with his defense, knowing they need to stop. It's 1st and 10 for Marble Falls on the Canyon Lake 40. Quarterback Nail, shotgun. Here's the snap, this time the handoff. Going straight ahead for a couple of tough yards through the middle of that line. Goes running back Hayden Wells before coming over Grayson Lee to make the stop for Canyon Lake.
Just a simple dive play up the middle right there. Get some yardage on first down. You got to think Marble Falls wants to see some positive yardage going forward to start that drive.
They're going to give them a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs as they send 2 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. That is Kyle Hanshaw. Here's the handoff coming near side. This is the running back Hayden Wells. Nothing doing there. Is all that senior leadership once again from Grayson Lee from his linebacker position, putting the stop on the Mustang running back.
You know, I love watching Grayson Lee play. He's absolutely just everywhere. He's controlling the defense. He's getting in on every single tackle. Just a phenomenal player to watch at this level.
Certainly is. They're going to give him a pickup of about 2 to the 35-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for Marble Falls. Big defensive play right now for the Hawks. Shotgun formation, fake handoff, pressure coming, unloaded. Pass is caught but stopped at the original line of scrimmage. Making the reception, Gabriel Barker. But huge defensive play that time for Canyon Lake.
What a great play. It was a screen pass that you could tell was set up, but then there's just one block that they missed, and that play was absolutely blown up.
And that's going to stop him for no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down and 5 for the Mustangs. Decision time. And the Mustangs roll the dice on this 4th and 5. Here's Nail. Barking out signals. Movement. Got back. Nail unloads far side. Has a man all by himself and overthrew his intended target. Was Hanshaw. And I mean, he was all by his lonesome.
You have to think that he thought that was a free play because there was movement right there from the the Canyon Lake side, but there was appears to be no flag on the play, so it's a turnover on downs.
There was no flag. It looked like the defenseman that time for the Hawks, who was Neal, got back on his side of the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. So that'll give the Hawks 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage is their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was a strange play there because I even thought, honest to God, I thought there was an offsides maybe on the defense there because they jumped. But I think, Nail thought it was a free play and just kind of threw it up.
But it absolutely fooled the secondary of the Hawks defense who left his man all alone. Here's a 1st down. Here's a handoff straight up the middle. Nothing doing there that time as the Mustang defense rises to the occasion. Is in on the carry that time was Tristan Chacon.
Another play, just kind of a dive play up the middle. Not much doing. Basically ever since the first drive, there hasn't been a lot of room up the middle because Marble Falls kind of stacked the deck and kind of pushed the plays need to go to the outside.
Chacon thrown for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11. Line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line of Canyon Lake as they break huddle. Inside once again. Now man in motion. Here's the handoff. This is Rose across the 40. Driven out of bounds near the 45-yard line. That play has worked effectively for the Hawks this evening.
Yeah, that looked kind of like a little sweep play to the outside. They've gotten big yardage from the outside over the last, actually all night long.
Line of scrimmage is the 45. It's going to be 3rd and about a sneeze to pick up a 1st down. Actually, they're going to bring in the chain gang to measure this. No, they're going to go ahead and mark it. They're going to say that's enough for a Hawk 1st down, as the line of scrimmage is the 45-yard line.
Hawks moving the ball well once again, looking to maybe put some more points on the board in the last 3 minutes of this half.
Luceno and Rose come flanked out to the near side. 1st down on the misdirection. There goes Chacon, banging across the 45 down to around the 40 call it the 47, 48-yard line. Give him a pickup of about 3 on that play before he's met there by Reese Van Hoos.
Running the counter play again, this time to the right side. About 3 or 4 yards, as you said, up the middle, bringing up second down.
Second down and 7. They've got to get to the 45-yard line, that being the Mustang 45, to pick up another first down. As into the ball game, Martelli bringing the play in from the sidelines on this second down. Here's the snap. Here's the give misdirection. This time they smelled that out and had Rivera. That's Van Hoos with a huge stop for the Mustang defense.
Yeah, that play they've run a few times, kind of just a delayed handoff, and you think that quarterback's going to keep the ball, but he hands it off. I'm wondering if we're going to see play action here. I'd like to see a play action pass maybe just to kind of go over the top here because they've been running the ball so much to kind of suck that Marble Falls defense in, maybe keep them honest a little bit.
That's a loss all the way back to the 44-yard line of Canyon Lake, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Hawks. Now, they have been able to strike and strike quickly as the clock continues to run now with 90 seconds left, and here's a timeout on the field right now for the Hawks, and we'll go ahead and take it with them. With 90 seconds left to go in the first half, our score, Canyon Lake 16, Marble Falls nothing. You're enjoying Canyon Lake Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network. Well, 1:30 left to go here before halftime. It's been all Canyon Lake. We've seen a couple of promising drives from Marble Falls this evening, but it's been a lot of Mustang miscues that have hurt their drives.
Yeah, Marble Falls has moved the ball, pretty decently. They gotten the ball into the Hawks territory. Their last drive, 2 drives ago, I guess, they had an 11-play drive, but they got 12 yards out of it total because of penalties or fumbles, some sort of miscues. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, as things are attempting to settle down out there on the football field with miscues, they've still been happening to a degree. We'll see what happens when both teams come out of the locker room for the second half. Right now, the Hawks are staring straight down the face of a 3rd and 11 as they break huddle and send Jacob Neal flank to the near side. Here's McMullen dropping back, rolling. He's looking, unloads. This one intended for Chacon and just overthrew him just a bit. Is back defensively. That was Ben Anderson from Marble Falls.
Yeah, the Marble Falls sideline, the Canyon Lake sideline upset looking for pass interference. There might have been a little bit of contact there before that ball got there.
Sure, from our vantage point, that's the first thing I thought, but.
All your plants will look even prettier in my best-selling planters. Such a great layering piece for fall. I recommend my Cabernet. It's delightful with chocolate. I like to group a few of my flameless candles together. To make your life more beautiful, shop my collection on QVC.com and get $5 off your first purchase with promo code 5FOR YOU. Find what you love what you find.
This ain't no game. Did you miss me, family?
You were gone? I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
Jerry, you all right?
You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
I need to do something!
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this.
Right uppercut, and it's over!
Back with you here at Canyon Lake High School Stadium, the home of the Hawks. Beautiful Fisher, Texas, on a warm but expected warm night to begin the 2018 football campaign. And some scores from around the area, Mike Benson.
Lampass is up 35-7 right now over Joshua in the second quarter, and Liberty Hill up 14-7 over Glenn at halftime.
All right, we'll keep you posted on some area scores and scores of interest as they happen. Jacob Neal punts this thing away for Canyon Lake. This thing will be killed right around the Marble Falls 35. Right in that area, apparently the 30. Let's see where they mark this. And the Mustangs will have the football. And another offensive drive here with about 71 seconds left to go before halftime.
Finishing the scores from the rest of District 14 4A in Division 1. Wimberley's up 13-6 over Burnett right now in the second quarter with 9 minutes to go. Robinson up actually tied at 21 in the second quarter with Taylor. And Fredericksburg down 15-0 to Sam Houston out of San Antonio in the second quarter.
Well, that Taylor game is going to be interesting. Keep an eye on that one this evening. It's first down. Here's a handoff going straight up the middle, and nice hole that time. He's getting out to near the 50-yard line and busting his way out that way goes running back Dylan Mayberry.
We have an official down that was taken down in the tackle in the middle of that play as well.
So everybody takes a knee as the official. It is not the referee. I believe it may be one of the linesmen. We'll check that out.
Yeah, I think one of the linesmen got caught up in the tackle, and the running back ran kind of straight into his side and his back, and he went down with the pile.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
And it looks like things will resume as that big run that time by Mayberry takes the ball all the way down to the Marble Falls 49-yard line. That's enough for a first down, more than enough for a first down, actually, for the Mustangs as they try to get something going offensively here this evening.
Yeah, that's actually one of their better plays of the whole evening so far. First down, just kind of run the ball right up the middle and get a big 12-yard gain to start this drive with a minute to go until halftime.
Mayberry, big senior running back. Two receivers, check that. Trips come out to the near side. A pair of receivers to the far side on this first down. Here's Nail looking far side, has a man. Across the 45, down to around the 43-yard line, making the reception. Coming up with that is Sam May, I believe, number 84.
Kind of a spread offense look there, sorry.
Or check that, that is 94. That is Josh Whitecotton who made the catch. Or was it 34? Might have been 34.
Might have been 34.
There, these numbers are getting to me. Mayberry, my apologies. Trips to the near side. Two receivers to the far side. This time Nail tries to scramble. Does so, gets out of bounds near first down yardage around the 41-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with about 41 seconds left to go before halftime.
I think he's going to have the first down.
He found that marker and made it just across the marker, so that is the case. Line of scrimmage is the 41-yard line, the Canyon Lake 41-yard line. It's first down for Marble Falls. Once again, Nail barks out signals, pass far side that time. Now, that's the same guy that caught it earlier. You check that. Is that 94 or is that 34?
That actually looks like 94, I have to be honest with you.
I feel much better now. Whitecotton with a reception as he takes it out across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. And the Mustangs looking to get something started now with a second and call it about 4.
Once again, going 5 wide receivers.
Here's the snap. Here's Nail, this time looking other side. Has a man in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And that time I believe it was Mayberry.
That was Mayberry. He was in the slot. He was wide open. I watched him run the route, just basically a seam route up the middle. He got hit in stride, caught the ball, but then as soon as he got hit, it was dislodged.
Caleb Allman back defensively, I believe. Check that. That is number 3, not 8-5. That is Stephen Sharp back defensively for Canyon Lakes. 2 players check out of the ball game for the Hawks. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 4. And you hear chance of defense from the Hawk faithful. Here's the snap. Here's Nail looking downfield once again, trying to get something going, passing the football, and he does. And Whitecotton's a big target. If he can haul that ball in, might as well keep throwing to him. They picked up another first down.
Yeah, Whitecotton's not a small guy. He's listed as a defensive lineman, so obviously he's not small. He's out there making catches on the left side of the offense right now, with the other 34, Dylan Mayberry, here on our right side, closest to us.
We can use that old adage. He sure does have good hands for linemen. I'll give you that. It's 1st and 10 now for Marble Falls. Here's the snap. Nail looking, feeling a bit of pressure, running out of it, and this time just throws it away. The 2nd and 10 line of scrimmage is the 20, call it the 28 and a half for Marble Falls.
17 seconds to go. You'd think Marble Falls has a time to take a couple shots maybe to the end zone, or maybe just get the ball as far as they can down, maybe get a field goal, get some points on the field, but they just took a timeout right now, so maybe that will change their plans.
Yeah, timeout Marble Falls. I believe that's their second. They should have one left. But I tell you what, got to be impressed by the sophomore quarterback for the Mustangs, that being Luke Nail, who has engineered a pretty nice drive and has found the man underneath, that being for the most part White Cotton this drive.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job. Quick release. It's no more of this standing back there scrambling and running around so he can get sacked. He's getting the ball out of his hands quickly, with the exception of the one ball that was dropped by White Cotton right across by Mayberry right across the middle. This has been a pretty efficient drive for Marble Falls.
Absolutely, and as you were mentioning, 17 seconds left to go before halftime. Well, coming up at halftime, we will get you updated on some scores from around the area. Also, give a listen to the fine Canyon Lake Mighty Mighty Hawk Band as they perform here for us at halftime. And let's kind of review what happened here this first half. A first half that was dominated by Canyon Lake for much of the first quarter and on into the second quarter. And here within the last, call it 5 minutes or so, the Marble Falls offense has come to life. It's 2nd down for the Mustangs. Nail marks out signals. He's got his running back Wells in the backfield with him. Unloads for the end zone, looking for Rodriguez, in and out of his hands as Rivera was back defensively for Canyon Lake.
Rodriguez, the ball was there. It might have had him pushed out of bounds a little bit, but the ball just kind of went through Rodriguez's hands. A pretty good throw because Rodriguez is a small statured guy, and the ball was basically right on the money.
It was a nice throw, like I said, just a little bit out of, let him just a little bit out of the end zone, out of bounds there. So it'll bring up a 3rd down. Once again, 3rd and 10 for Marble Falls. I think right now they're just looking to put some points on the board with 10 seconds left to go here before halftime. This time, Wells comes in, lines in the slot to the near side, along with Linder. Here's the play. Stepping up, penalty markers on the field. This may be holding Marble Falls, but we'll check that. As Nail decides to scramble, he gets across the 20 to about the 18-yard line before he's met there and dropped Joshua Almond in on the stop that time for Canyon Lake. And that was the indication, as it was a penalty against Marble Falls.
Yeah, that's a hold right there on Marble Falls. Is going to bring them back. Basically takes field goal out of the question here. We're looking with 3 seconds to go, just a Hail Mary to the end zone here.
That's it. This moves us back all the way to about the 37-yard line. And, you know, I think that's been the story of the first half for Marble Falls. Opportunity, 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 miscue. And miscue in a big way as it's kept points off the board for the Mustangs.
Even right here, Nail scrambles. Looks like he picks up a first down. There's 3 seconds to go. The clock will stop with a first down. They have a timeout left. But then there's a hold. So instead of picking up 10 yards, you lose 10. Now you're looking at either a Hail Mary to end the half or a 54-yard field goal. I guess you pick your poison here.
Well, that'd be the case. As we mentioned, coming up at halftime, we'll enjoy the Canyon Lake High School Band in their first halftime performance. Being the proud dad of a band member, I certainly do appreciate all the hard work that the band does. Right before every football game, you know, they may put in as much time rehearsing as the football team does practicing.
I was just about to say the same thing. They work so hard every day after school on their practice football field they have. It's usually a parking lot that's painted, and you know they're out there in the heat in those big heavy uniforms and everything.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to that performance. They do put a lot of hard work in. So now the Hawk faithful on their feet for these last 3 seconds, and Hold'em Hawks. As it is 3rd down, got to get to about the 19 for a first down, but that's academic. Here's Nail taking the snap. Nail scrambles. He unloads for the end zone. This one just out of the back of the end zone, and that will end the first half. One half in the books for the opener of the 2018 high school football season for the Canyon Lake Hawks, and they take a 16-0 lead into the locker room at halftime. We'll be back with Hawks Halftime in just a moment. You're enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
This ain't no game.
Did you miss me, family?
You were gone? I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
You all right?
You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
Do something!
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this.
Right uppercut, and it's over!
Let's send it down to the field and enjoy the sounds of the Canyon Lake High School Band.
Watching stars being born.
The X Factor UK is back on Access TV Sunday and Monday nights.
Here we go.
With an all-star lineup of judges. The auditions.
Pure magic.
Unforgettable performances. Who will be the next big pop star? Catch an all-new season of the X Factor UK Sundays and Mondays 8, 7 Central on Access TV.
here come the Hawks in their green and gold. Onto the near sideline as we get set for second half action. Canyon Lake received the football to start the second half. I believe it'll go to Marble Falls to start, to start the ball game. I believe it'll go to Marble Falls to start the second half.
We're back for the second half play here at Canyon Lake.
Marble Falls is going to have to get some points off this opening drive just to kind of get the momentum going in the right direction. They were doing that toward the end of the half, and then once again, you had a penalty that knocked them out of field goal range, the Hail Mary that obviously went to the back of the end zone. They need some sort of positive activity to keep them in this game, or Canyon Lake might put this one away in the third quarter.
That was it. The Mustangs got good penetration there toward the end of the first half, and it's just as you were mentioning there, Mike, it was the miscues. It was them shooting themselves in the foot that backed the ball up, and quarterback Nail had to go to the end zone for a couple of Hail Mary attempts there to try to put some points on the board there before the end of the first half. But we'll see. It's a new half of football. Still could be anybody's game. 16-0, Hawks on top of Marble Falls as we get set to kick things off here for the second half. And getting set to kick this off, Jacob Neal for the Canyon Lake Hawks.
At the 40-yard line, number 8, Jacob Neal.
Ready for a fun second half of football here on the Hawks Network.
And we're underway. This one handled in the middle of the field, now trying to go to the far side and find something on the corner, and he does. That's Hayden Wells. He gets the ball out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, that being the Mustang 32. That's where they'll go to work first and 10.
Once again, if I'm the coach in the halftime locker room of Marble Falls, you got to tell your team, look, it's one thing if they're going to be better than us and they're going to beat us, but we can't beat ourselves. And they've done that so much. But there's got to be some sort of confidence. They started off down 16-0 quickly, and they haven't scored any points since then. So you got to have some kind of confidence moving forward.
Actually, Wells, they're saying that Wells stepped out of bounds at his own 29, so that's where the Mustangs will go to work first and 10 from that point. Kyle Henshaw comes flanked out to the near side. They've got two receivers to the far side for quarterback Luke Nail. The sophomore hands off. This is Mayberry trying to go up the middle. Crosses the 30 down to around the 32-yard line.
Number 3 on the
Spent there and dropped that time by Stephen Sharp, who comes over and puts the hit on for Canyon Lake.
About a 3 or 4 yard pickup, like you said, right there on first down. Kind of just keeping ahead of the chains.
Second, and we'll call it about 7. Once again, Hanshaw to the near side, Rodriguez to the far side, along with another receiver. Mayberry up the middle, seeing if they can get something going there with the running game. A couple of tough yards before in on the stop, Alex Harden, among others. Also getting up off the bottom of that pile, we'll call his number for the first time, well, second time this evening, Hudson Duke.
If I'm Canyon Lake, I'm keeping an eye on the outside here. Kyle Hanshaw from Marble Falls is kind of on an own island over here with Caleb Allman, and he's got a height advantage here.
And yeah, Hanshaw, a tall receiver. This is third down, call it about 5. From about the 34-yard line. Here's Nail. He goes far side, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That was Brock Linder on the far side of the field, and that'll bring up a fourth at about 5.
Once again, miscues. The ball was maybe a little high and a little hot, but it hit him right in the hands. As a receiver, you have to pull that ball in.
I'm wondering if that's yet another one of those situations where you just take your eyes off the football for a split second, and there's the result.
Break up fourth down for the Mustangs. Back deep is Tristan Chacon.
Chacon stands back at his own 35-yard line, awaiting the punt off the right foot of Linder. Chacon says, now let's get away from it, and the Hawks will have the football at right near their 45-yard line. Here comes that Hawks offense.
They're going to start on their own 43, almost at midfield already. You've got to think if they put some points on the board on this drive, and one of those drives that maybe takes 5 or 6 minutes off the clock, they might put this one away.
Sophomore Peyton McMullen has gone all the way at quarterback this evening. Very impressive showing for the sophomore. Hawks break huddle. It is first down. Here's a handoff trying to go straight ahead. That is rough. Nothing doing there as that Mustang defense stifled him. On the stop was Josh Whitecotton.
Ruff had it going earlier in the first half. He had all kind of space, and they kind of had the Marble Falls defense fooled. But ever since kind of toward the latter parts of the first quarter, that kind of had those holes have been plugged up right there.
Well, they're going to give him a pickup of about 1 to the 44-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Hawks as Trey Lucetto comes flanked out to the near side. Here's the give. Chacon this time trying to go right side. Nothing doing there. Oh, man, what a scrum there. Is that Mustang defense this time led by Carlos de la Hoya. Also some help in there from Reese Van Hoos. We've called that young man's name quite a bit this evening. Great defensive effort.
Yeah, Van Hoos we've called just about as often as we called Grayson Lee on the Canyon Lake defensive side.
3rd down and long 6.
47-yard line is the line of scrimmage now for Canyon Lake. It's going to be 3rd and 6. As Jacob Neal brings the play in from the sideline, and the Hawks break huddle. McMullen, here's the give. Coming near side, this is Rose trying to cut the corner. Nothing doing there. Penalty marker, I believe they're going to get a face mask that time on Ben Anderson, who made the stop for Marble Falls.
It's either going to be a face mask or a horse collar tackle there. Either way, he grabbed something and yanked him down to the ground immediately.
Connor Rose, another one of those sweeps there. Those have been effective. Personal foul. They are calling a horse collar, you correct?
Horse collar.
So go ahead.
I thought that'll move the football and give Canyon Lake a first down.
And obviously it was incidental, but it's such a dangerous play that you've seen so many people their ACLs get torn apart or something, some kind of just damage to the leg. It's unfortunate for Marble Falls, but Canyon Lake will take it. It's a first down.
Absolutely. The 38-yard line, that being the Mustang 38-yard line, is where the Hawks go to work. 1st and 10. Into the game now, Chance Martelli for Canyon Lake as they break huddle. Here's McMullen. Here's the handoff this time. Nice hole for Chacon as he busts over the 35 down to around the 30, call it the 33-yard line.
That was a better job of, we talked about earlier, the hat on a hat blocking, getting all your guys accounted for and just creating that hole. That's what the big offensive linemen, the big uglies if you want to call them, creating those big holes on the line.
Oh, but you got to love them. You
yeah,
got to love them.
absolutely.
Calling a pickup of about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for Canyon Lake as this time Jacob Neal brings the play in from the sideline. Once again, breaking huddle. Looks like that running game has kind of softened up that Marble Falls defense for just a bit. We'll see if they go back to the run. Here's McMullen. Here's the snap. Here's the give. Coming near side. Penalty markers fly. Is this time a couple of tough yards right up the middle for Ruff. Or check that, on the left side of the line that time for Ruff.
Penalty flag flew in from the secondary, basically. It looks like it might be a hold on the Hawks here.
So that'll back it up. It'll be a repeat of 2nd down for the Hawks. Just underway, still a little under 8 minutes, 7:47 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Hawks nursing a 16-0 lead over Marble Falls. This backs things up to the Marble Falls 42-yard line. Hawks have to get to the 28 for a first down. Here it comes on a 2nd down. Here's McMullen dropping back, looking downfield, unloads. Had his intended receiver, which is number 30, JT Green, but just out of his reach there for a bit.
That play almost seemed to be a broken play because when he dropped back to pass, he kind of turned and the pressure was right there in his face, and maybe I just misread it. It looked like he was trying to go somewhere else, but had a receiver across the middle, just missed the target.
So now it's 3rd down once again. Got to get to about call it the 28.5 yard line for a first down for the Hawks. Here's the snap. Here's McMullen. That one looked busted. As a matter of fact, it was. Ball on the ground, and they're saying Marble Falls has it. Or actually, they're saying Canyon Lake has it, but the Mustang players very exuberant to say we've got the football.
Yeah, there was a big stop for them. That just the backfield was blown up. The handoff was basically almost intercepted as they tried to pass the ball off to the running back, and then another fumble in the backfield brings up a punt for the Hawks.
Yeah, on that play after it broke, it looked like some of the Hawks players were just running into each other there in the backfield, and that always a recipe for disaster. So on to punt this thing away is Neal. Low snap, but Neal gets it off his right foot. This one rolls into the end zone, and Marble Falls will have the football. 1st and 10 at their own 25. Still got to get used to that. I'm used to being on the 20. No, it goes to the 25.
Absolutely. That all those rule changes every single year. It's almost like you need a sheet with all of them so you can keep up with it every year.
Absolutely. So the Mustangs will get the football once again, their second offensive drive of the second half. Been unable to get anything going here offensively. Actually had the ball inside the Canyon Lake 30 on an occasion, but penalties and miscues drove them back. First down and 10. And what do you know? The line of scrimmage is the 20-yard line. How do you like that? Here's the give. This is the fake to Mayberry this time as Nail keeps it around the far side onto the 25-yard line.
So we're halfway through the third quarter here. I keep, don't mean to keep hitting the dead horse, but you've got to get some points here to make this game close. You're down by 2 scores. It's a 2-score game. The 2 2-point conversions will get you tied up in this game, but you have to get some points on this drive.
Give Nail a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. Line of scrimmage is their own 25-yard line. This time the give to Mayberry as he tries to go around the left side of that line. He squirts through across the 30 into about the, I call it the 32-yard line. That ought to move the chains to give the Mustangs a first down.
Yeah, it's a first down right there. A nice little run off to the left side. They're finding some success right now on the left side of the offense.
They're marking this on the 31. It's 1st and 10, Marble Falls. Nail shotgun, takes the snap. This time has Rodriguez on the far side of the field. Hauls it in at about the 31. He's going to get about 2 down to about the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd down at that point for the Marble Falls Mustangs.
Mustangs have been a big fan of those little quick hit passes tonight off into the flat or the little bubble screens. Some of them have gone for some decent yardage. That one only picked up about a yard or so.
Hanshaw goes flank to the far side. Rodriguez comes near side. He's there along with Brock Linder on a 2nd down and call it about 9. Here's the snap once again. Nail looking downfield, unloads, bought time, perfect. And they're saying he's out of bounds. No indication. Referee says he caught it. Referee says that Linder hauled that in across midfield into Canyon Lake territory at about the 47-yard line.
I was just about to say, I wonder when they're going to take a shot because they have the height advantage on the outside with Linder and with Hanshaw. And a great pass, the ball right over the top, and he got 1 foot in right here in front of us.
Well, it's 1st and 10 now for Marble Falls, once again in Canyon Lake territory at their own 47. Here's the handoff. Mayberry bangs across the 45, tries to push the pile to about the 40 before he's ridden down. I'm wondering if that Hawk defense may not feel a little fatigued.
Yeah, you look like you see some guys with their hands on their hips, just kind of walking around slowly. Obviously, Grayson Lee's trying to get them in the right position, but they're getting kind of pushed around right now. For the first time tonight, you're seeing that defensive line kind of get pushed off the line of scrimmage.
Give Mayberry a pickup of 8 on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Mustangs. Line of scrimmage is the 39-yard line. 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Nail takes the snap, looking left side, nothing there. He just unloads this and throws it out of bounds in the direction of Linder. I don't know if the coaching staff is wanting intentional grounding or what the situation is, but he just unloaded that out of bounds. That was clear.
I don't know if that made it back to the line of scrimmage. I think that's what the coaches are screaming about because it clearly went out of bounds, but I don't know if he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 3. Stopping the clock with 3:52 to play in the third quarter.
Well, third down, we're going to call it about 2. Once again, line of scrimmage, the 39. 2 receivers far side, single receiver. That is Hanshaw to the near side for Nail. Nail, the handoff. This is Mayberry trying to get to the outside, banging his way. Over to put the first hit on him was Jacob Neal. I don't know. He may have gotten the first down. It's going to be awful close.
I can't tell from the sticks are across the field from us on the far side of the field right in front of the Marble Falls bench. He might be a half yard short. They're going to measure it, though.
There'll be a timeout by.
This is our first measurement of the season.
This is it as they come on to measure this. It was a good run as Mayberry was bouncing off of tackles to get the ball down there near first down yardage. Looking at the spot, it appears that Marble Falls may have picked up the first down.
Yeah, from the naked eye here, it looks like he might have it, but I feel like every time that I choose whether they got it or not, I'm always wrong.
Here's the measurement, and they're saying it's about a whisper short. So it's going to be 4th and like less than a yard for Marble Falls. And I guess down 16 with 3:30 left in the third quarter, you roll the dice.
Yeah, you have no choice, I think, but to go for it. I mean, obviously, this is not mandatory 4-down territory, but you're on the plus side of the field. You need, basically, like you said earlier, a sneeze to get the first down.
You know, and Mayberry has been effective running the football, just bumping his way for a couple of tough yards every time he touches it. The Hawk faithful on their feet, crying defense, hold him. 4th and less than a yard as we're hearing the stomping on the Canyon Lake side of the football field. Sideline urging him on. Here's the keeper by Nail straight ahead. He's got it. Wait a minute. It looked like the forward progress says he does have it, although at the time Chuck Cohen was jumping up and down saying, no, we held him.
Yeah, it looks like either Nail kept it or he gave the ball to Mayberry, who kind of pushed for it. Mayberry might have just been behind him and did the whole just Reggie Bush pushed and shoved from behind.
Well, Mayberry is a load. I tell you what, that's a good-sized young man and nice speed to have in your backfield.
He's been an effective weapon in the backfield and out in the flat catching passes tonight.
So 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. As a matter of fact, we see White Cotton back in the game, lined up in the slot to the near side. First down, Nail keeps it, this time feeling pressure. Ball's on the ground. Are they saying that the quarterback was down? Because I tell you what, coming up with that football was Jacob Ruff.
I don't know what the call is there. Obviously, the Canyon Lake sideline is livid. If it was an incomplete pass, I don't know. It looked like he was about to get sacked, and all of a sudden the ball is free.
Jacob Ruff came up with that football from his linebacker position. I love these players that play on both sides of the football.
It's just how it's supposed to be done.
Amen.
They're
yes,
just
it is.
Tough. They don't care. Coach, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it.
It's 2nd down and 11. Here's the give. Mayberry banging his way out across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Some tough yards that time. But he gets it moved. Grayson Lee from his linebacker position making the stop that time. They're going to mark this at the 35. It's going to be 3rd down and still quite a bit. 3rd down, call it about 8.
Yeah, you got 8 or 9 here. I would look for them to go to the air. If I'm in the secondary, I'm looking to, if I have to double one of the larger receivers, I might be looking for Linder or Hanshaw here. Their big bodies are looking for a pass here.
Rodriguez, Linder, and White Cotton come flanked out to the near side. On this 3rd down, here's Nail taking the snap, feeling pressure. He's scrambling. Penalty markers as they run Nail out of bounds. He's going to be stopped shy of a first down, but let's check the markers.
That's going to be a hold, I think, in the backfield on Marble Falls there as he was scrambling. one of the offensive linemen grabbed the D lineman.
I tell you what, you got to tip the old Canyon Lake cap to that defensive secondary of the Hawks. They're keeping those receivers tied up. And, Nail is back there trying to find time, trying to buy time for one of them to get open. And in the process, here comes the rest of the Lost Brigade there for the Canyon Lake Hawks to put the pressure on him.
You got one of the Hawks secondary members down in the back in the defensive backfield right now, kind of laying down. Marble Falls training staff actually running on the field. I think give him fluids. Obviously, we talked about the heat earlier. You're worried about cramps and stuff like that. And obviously, with all the tragedies that have happened with middle school and high school football over the last few years with heat, you don't want to play with that whatsoever.
Not at all, not at all. Great to have him up on his feet. And, you mentioning that, showing about 85 degrees right now, and it's just about 9:30 here in Fisher, Texas this evening. So still quite a bit on the warm side.
Yeah, and you have the humidity factor. You've got the heat index. It's a warm one on the field down there for these players.
So it's going to be 4th down, and by all indications, it looks like the Mustangs are going to go for it. And as we were saying earlier, you kind of have no choice at this point.
Yeah, with a minute to go in the third quarter and no points on the board, you're down by 2 scores. You got to get something here now.
Trips to the near side, 2 receivers far side. Here's Nail taking the snap, dropping back, trying to make something happen. He'll go down. Great defensive pursuit by that Hawk defense. Over to make the stop, that is Alex Harden, and the Hawks will take over 1st and 10.
That's the first time I think we've called Alex Harden's number tonight. Once again, he's listed as a guard. So one of those guys who, a lot of these guys play both sides of the ball. Once again, when they need it, the Hawks defense gets a stop. They have been in that backfield all night long.
Harden comes up with a huge play and a huge stop for the Hawks defense. As quarterback Peyton McMullen will take over, see if he can engineer an offensive drive right now to get him some points on the board late in the third quarter. Movement. I believe we're going to have, they're going to have a movement on Canyon Lake. That's going to back it up. That's what the linesman was indicating. And there's the referee telling us it's a false start. So it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Hawks. Line of scrimmage will be the 29-yard line where they spotted the football.
Hawks going to look to just move the ball here, obviously, but I think milk that clock a little bit, get into the fourth quarter, and then obviously try to put some points on the board to put this one away.
Trey Lucetto bringing the play in from the sidelines. Here's McMullen trying to run it across the left side of that formation. They may get down to about the 30 and pick up 1. Tough yard that time for Rose as it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down, call it 14.
I feel like, and this is just my opinion, the play calling's been somewhat conservative since they got that 16-0 lead. You don't want to say that they've kind of rested on their laurels because they haven't, but all the points came in the first quarter, and everything up the middle has kind of been stuffed for the last 2 quarters.
36-35 seconds on this 2nd and 14. Here's McMullen.
Right up the middle, Jacob Ruff.
Handoff straight ahead. What another run for Jacob Ruff. He gets close to the first down, maybe about a yard or 2 shy as he bangs the ball out across the 40 to about the 40, call it the 43-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Ruff has been absolutely exceptional all night long for the Hawks with big play after big play, running up the middle or running to the outside. Just a nice weapon. They have a litany of running backs on this team that they can use at any moment.
That's right. And there's the buzzer. That means that's the end of the third quarter. Another quarter to go. Our score, Canyon Lake 16, Marble Falls nothing. Back with fourth quarter action in just a moment. You're enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
We are watching stars being born.
The X Factor UK is back on Access TV Sunday and Monday nights.
Here we go.
With an all-star lineup of judges. The auditions.
Pure magic.
Unforgettable performances. Who will be the next big pop star? Catch an all-new season of the X Factor UK, Sundays and Mondays, 8, 7 Central on Access TV.
Sunday, September 23rd. Don't miss the 911 two-night premiere event.
Must be hard being a first responder.
And if you missed a heart-pounding second of 911 Season 1,
We have to get her to the hospital.
watch it anytime on demand at Fox Now.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones that lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
I am gonna get you out of here, I swear on my life.
911, the two-night premiere event starts Sunday, September 23rd on Fox.
Back for the final 12 of tonight's opening night of the 2018 high school football season. Canyon Lake got things started fast and furious, jumping out to a 16-0 lead. That's where we've remained since the first quarter, I believe.
Yeah, it was 16-0 after the rough 44-yard touchdown run with 27 seconds to go in the first quarter, and there's been no points on the board since then.
Big night for Jacob Ruff, as you mentioned. No official statistics with us right now. However, I would dare say that Ruff is close to 100 yards on the ground.
Absolutely. I mean, just that one run itself was a 44-yard touchdown run right there, so that gets him halfway to 100 with the 9-yard run he had a few minutes ago.
Looking at 3rd and 1.
Well, the Hawks will start the fourth quarter with a 3rd and 1 situation. Line of scrimmage is the 43-yard line as they break huddle. Here's McMullen. Here's the handoff straight ahead. Stacked up there at the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be awfully close.
The middle, and I believe that was an official's timeout.
Of course, the Hawks are saying they got it, although I believe that was Ruff with the carry once again.
It's right there on the line. They needed to get to the 44. They look like they're right there, but it might be on the other half of the 44. Once again, I tried to call it as first down in the last measurement, and I was wrong. So,
well, here comes the chain gang. We'll certainly find out here in just a moment.
I'm going to venture a guess and say he does have the first down here. See if I can get myself back to 500.
There you go. That's always important.
I tell you what, this Canyon Lake crowd has been absolutely electric tonight. They are into it. People are moving around, and you got, whether it's adults, you've got children, you've got high schoolers, just all kind of noise. And he did get the first down.
Wow.
One other Canyon Lake.
And there you go. So it'll be first down. Drive stays alive for the Canyon Lake Hawks. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. And McMullen brings the troops to the line. And movement. And it's a free play, apparently. Or do they blow it dead?
Canyon Lake up the middle, Jacob Ruff again.
No, it was Ruff. Actually, Ruff with a carry. He gets, here we go again with the sleight of hand, so to speak. Ruff up the middle, gets to the 45 for about a yard. Be second down, call it 9 for the Hawks.
Yeah, so many times tonight, I think I know who has the ball, and then I absolutely have no idea who has the ball. If I was a cameraman tonight, I'd been in so much trouble already.
Frustrated, let me tell you.
They'd have removed me at halftime from the game.
That is a frustrating thing, but you got to love it, though, when you see how it turns out. Neal into the ball game, bringing the play in. They break huddle. Nathan De Leon over the football on this second down. Penalty markers once again. Seems like a couple of them have flown.
Back to the line of scrimmage as there's a flag.
I wonder if there's going to be illegal motion on this play there.
That time Chacon with a carry gets back to the line of scrimmage right around the 45-yard line. Here's the call. Personal foul.
Chop block.
Chop block against Canyon Lake. That's going to hurt them.
Lots of miscues, just mental mistakes in the second half. It's kind of been sloppy. First half the first quarter was all Canyon Lake. But since then, there's been some just miscues, mental mistakes. It's been somewhat of a sloppy game here. But it's the first game of the season. We said that. Obviously, they're getting the kinks out.
They're backing this one up to the Canyon Lake 30. They've got to get across midfield, so they're about, say 24 yards away from a first down. Little piece of real estate in front of them. On this second down. Here's McMullen. This time he's rolling far side. He
There's
hands
the play
off,
again.
and oh boy, there goes Ruff with a handoff. Ruff gets the first down and more as he crosses the 45, run out of bounds across the Marble Falls 40. What a play for Jacob Ruff. Another one of those plays looked like the old Statue of Liberty once again.
30 yards on that play, and it was the exact same play. They just ran it a little bit closer to us this time, a little bit more toward the right side, and he was wide open. If he hadn't had the sideline to kind of cut him off, he might have taken that one to the house.
So the Hawks break huddle. This time they're going to send Neal flanked out to the far side, along with Chacon in the slot on this first down. Here's Ruff once again, breaking through tackles across the 25, down to around the 20. What a night for Jacob Ruff running the football.
Jacob Ruff has absolutely been the workhorse tonight, easily over 100 yards on the night. Just what a clutch time to do it. When they need him, they need to milk the clock, get some points on the board. You go to your workhorse who's going to actually get a well-deserved breather right here.
Caleb Allman checks into the ball game along with Trey Lucero. Another first down for Canyon Lake. Line of scrimmage is the 21-yard line. McMullen this time, the handoff coming near side. This is Chacon breaking out across the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Looks like the Hawks have those Pistons running on in good shape.
Yeah, Chacon with a good play up the middle. This is kind of going back to the first quarter, what they were doing earlier, doing what they want.
That's 10, about a 12-yard pickup that time for Chacon as the ball's just inside the 8-yard line. It's going to be a first and goal for Canyon Lake. McMullen, the handoff to the first man through. That was Allman with the carry that time. Caleb Allman twisting and turning his way inside the 5 to around the 3-yard line. Second and goal for Canyon Lake.
Looks like they're about to punch this one in just outside the 3-yard line right now. Doing back to what we saw in the first quarter. Misdirection, confusing us and confusing the Marble Falls defense.
Neal checks in with a play from the sidelines on this second and goal. McMullen. The snap, the handoff to the far side, penalty markers. I think we've got movement. And that is the case.
Yeah, I think they confused themselves on that play. There was a little bit of movement, just lateral movement from the Mustang defense at first, and then that kind of caused a little bit of a premature move from the Hawks offensive line.
So the clock continues to run now with 8:23, 22-21 left to go in the ball game.
Down and goal from the 9-yard line.
Backs this up to the 9. It still remains second and goal for Canyon Lake. Same break huddle. Here's McMullen. The give to the inside, and that is Rose getting down to near the 5-yard line.
Number 46, Neal on the Marble Falls Mustangs. That'll be third down and about from the third and goal.
Stop made on that play by Mason Neal of Marble Falls. So it brings up a third down. Line of scrimmage about the 5-yard line for Canyon Lake.
I like how the Hawks are not in any hurry here to move the ball. Let the clock run down. You're about to be under 7:30 in the game. A field goal here makes it a 3-possession game. Don't make any mistakes here.
Third and goal, Canyon Lake. McMullen marks out signals, this time under center. The handoff around the far side. Chacon into the end zone. Touchdown, Canyon Lake.
What a great job of balance by Chacon right there. Took the pitch, which was a little risky, but got the pitch, took it around the corner, broke one tackle, and then got in right inside the pylon for the touchdown.
What a run by their rushing leader last year, the 180-pound senior halfback. Chacon 16 touchdowns last year, and he gets his first one of the 2018 campaign. Right now it's 22-0 Canyon Lake with 7:18 left to go in the ball game.
That just might put it away. It looks like they're going to go for two here.
2-point conversion attempt. Here's McMullen looking in the end zone. Pass intended for Neal that time, and it's incomplete.
No good.
So, 7:18 left to go in tonight's ball game. Our score now, Canyon Lake 22, the Marble Falls Mustangs nothing. We'll be back with more in just a moment. This is Hawks football on the Hawks Network.
At Frost, we have the top-rated app in the banking category. Yet it's the half star that's missing that has our attention. So we're always pushing, tweaking, and updating. Because even a little half star will keep us up at night.
Sunday, September 23rd. Don't miss the 911 two-night premiere event.
Must be hard being a first responder.
And if you missed a heart-pounding second of 911 Season 1,
We have to get her to the hospital.
watch it anytime on demand at Fox Now.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones that lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
I am gonna get you out of here, I swear on my life.
911, the two-night premiere event starts Sunday, September 23rd on Fox.
Back with you at Canyon Lake High School. Methodical drive that time by the Hawks offense. Some new life in them that time as they take the ball into the end zone. Tristan Chacon, nice touchdown run that time. As he found the corner into the end zone. Another 6 on the board for Canyon Lake.
Yeah, that was a double-digit play drive there for the Hawks. Started it deep in their own territory, even with some mistakes. Had a second or third and 24. And then, of course, the man of the evening, Jacob Ruff, with a big play there to get them moving, and they got the ball into the end zone.
And Neal gets set to kick this thing off this evening. Neal gets his right foot into this one. This will be handled and taken across the 30-yard line down to around the 32 before the Hawks special teams meets the return man and drives him back. That, of course, Hayden Wells with the return for Marble Falls. They'll have the football. And this will be marked at about the 32-yard line of the Marble Falls Mustangs.
Mustangs need some points and need them in a hurry. Obviously, the Hawks are looking to pitch the shutout to start the season off. Would be a great way to start off your 2018 campaign.
They're marking this at the 33 as the Mustang offense takes the field from the sidelines. It's 1st and 10. Marble Falls sends 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side for quarterback Luke Nail. Here's the snap. Here's Nail looking near side. Has his man at the 40-yard line. That's Kyle Hanshaw before he's met there and driven out of bounds by Grayson Lee.
Grayson Lee, once again, we've called his name all night long, getting out there from his Mike linebacker spot to make the tackle.
Mustangs move quickly. It's 2nd down and 5. Line of scrimmage is the 40-yard line. Here's Nail. This time to the other side. Has his receiver. That is Wells, who hauls this in. Gets to about the 41 as he's driven back. Good defensive pursuit that time by the Hawks defense. Only a short gain of about 2. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, good job of preventing the first down there so it wouldn't stop the clock.
So Nail barks out the signals. There's 2 receivers to the far side. Single receiver, that's Hanshaw to the near side. There's movement. And this time I think it's on Marble Falls. I think the right side of that line moved.
Yeah, we've seen that once again all night long. Just simple mental mistakes.
That's it.
You got a 3rd down and short. Now it's going to be a 3rd and long because the offensive line jumped.
So that'll back it up. And here we go, another case of inopportune mistakes happening for Marble Falls. Once again, Hanshaw is lined up to the near side. To the far side goes Linder and Rodriguez. As this is a 3rd down, Mustangs have to get to the 43 to pick up a 1st down. Line of scrimmage is just about the 36. Here's the snap. Here's Nail rolling right, feeling pressure, gets out of pressure, decides to put it away, and he'll have the first down as he crosses the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Good tackle that time. Once again, Lee coming over to make the stop for Canyon Lake.
I tell you what, that was a tough little play by Nail there. He broke one tackle and then just went up the middle and just took the hit for the first down.
Mayberry comes flanked to the near side along with Henshaw. 3 receivers to the far side for Nail on a 1st and 10. Here's Nail, the snap. Looking, his receivers are covered. He looks to keep again, and he decides to scramble across midfield and into Canyon Lake territories. He stopped just shy of the 45-yard line. Once again, coming over to make the stop, that is Jacob Neal for Canyon Lake.
Mustang down on the field.
And we do have an injured Marble Falls Mustang laying back at about the 35, 36-yard line. And play stops.
Yeah, you hope you don't have any kind of serious injury. Almost out of here. 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Week 1, you don't want to see anybody get hurt at all any week of the season, but you don't want any kind of serious injury whatsoever. But it looks like he's going to be okay. Seems to be getting up right now off the field.
And let's give number 77 a round of applause.
Apparently that an offensive lineman.
I think it was Renato Araguin.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's another one of those young men that play on both sides of the football. Another very tough young man. Have enjoyed watching him this evening.
I love that. Just playing both sides is the way it was intended. I wish other sports, baseball, would still do that. You know, for some reason there's a rule that pitchers are not supposed to hit anymore. You know, let them do both sides.
Well, that's just in the junior circuit. Here it is. Here's Nail, the snap. Nail unloads it. Just a prayer. It is hauled in. What a catch by Henshaw. Talk about stick-to-itiveness. Trey Lucero with the stop. And this is the deepest that the Mustangs have been all evening as they're inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, Nail kind of just broke free, was about to get sacked, just kind of threw the ball down the field. And Henshaw made a great play to come back for the ball, kind of threw his defender off of him. And they're moving down the field. Nail going toward the sideline. I think he's just getting a play from coach. He was kind of shaken up back here, moving slowly in the back part of the play.
That just absolutely one of those fluke plays that just worked out to your benefit that time. As Henshaw just came back for the football, perfectly timed, and the Mustangs have the ball 1st and 10 on the Hawk 19-yard line.
All right.
Nail is out of this play right now. He went to the sideline. He is not in the game. Mayberry is at quarterback.
That is Mayberry, I guess a wildcat of sorts, if you will, as he takes the snap across the 15, down to around the 13-yard line, and the Mustangs are on the move.
Here comes Nail back into the game. Yeah, I guess that was a wild Mustang play, if you will.
I see what you did there. Very good.
13-yard line. Second down and about 4.
So give him a pickup of 6 as Mayberry has been very effective running the football this evening. Second down, call it 6. Line of scrimmage is about the 13-yard line, that being the Canyon Lake 13-yard line. And it appears that that is Mayberry back in that same sort of situation as he takes the snap, spins out across the 15, probably back to the original line of scrimmage, being about the 13, is Kyle Yule with the stop that time for Canyon Lake.
Yeah, I think Nail is actually back in the game this time. Yeah, he's actually on the field now, getting the play from the sideline.
There is Nail, and the clock, of course, still continues to wind with 3:34 left to go in the ball game. Here it comes. There is Nail. Takes the snap. He's trying to find a receiver as he rolls to the far side. Says, let me put this away and try to make something happen inside the 5. No indication from the referee that he actually crossed the end zone. He probably out at about the 2.
Yeah, he went out of bounds. I couldn't tell if he reached the ball over the pylon or not, but I think He's going to be down at the 2-yard line, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock with 3:12 to go. The best drive of the night by far for the Mustangs. It just happens to come with under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. So
it'll be first and goal for Marble Falls at the 4-yard line.
it's going to be first and goal now, Marble Falls, as they're inside the 5 at about the 2. Nail once again, shotgun. Here's a handoff to Mayberry, banging up the middle. No indication yet. It appeared he dropped the ball, but I guess they're saying he was down, so give him a pickup of about 1.
Oh, snap over the head again. And that ball is still loose.
Wow, Nail on a miscue that time. Terrible snap from the center. And you know, if you're Marble Falls at this point, you got to be saying, what do we have to do?
You keep shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, you're on the goal line. You're inside the 5, and you have a snap well over the quarterback's head now. Now you've got 3rd and goal from the 23-yard line. That's not ideal.
Wow, this is just rough, And with a timeout on the field, 2:33 left to go, and Canyon Lake holding on to a 22-0 lead.
And you've got to feel that's the message from the Marble Falls head coach. It's like, you know, guys, we've made plays all night long, but we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. It's one thing to have to beat the other team, but you have to beat yourselves too. It's just too much to overcome.
That brings up 3rd and goal from the 22.
Well, 3rd and goal now. And this ball all the way back, yes, indeed, to the 23. Looks like they marked it at the 23-yard line. And they had this down to the 2-yard line. 2 receivers near side. Single receiver to the far side. Once again for quarterback Nail. What an education the sophomore is getting. This time Nail takes the snap, buys time, looks for the end zone, has a man wide open, overthrew his target. And that was White Cotton again, and he was all by his lonesome in the end zone. I tell you what, here's the situation. Under 2.5 minutes left, you go for it.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you can't kick a field goal here. A field goal, you're still down by 19. That's still 3 scores. You have to get a touchdown here. Kick the extra point, you're down by 15. But once again, that's the 2nd or 3rd throw tonight. I don't know if it's because Nail's so young, so he has a little bit of extra pep in his step tonight because it's the first game, so he puts a little too much on it. But wide open receiver, and he overshot him by 5 yards.
Well, here it comes. This could be big play for the Mustangs as once again he goes for the end zone. That time a jump ball. Great defensive effort that time. As we get that young man's number, I believe that is 20. As unfortunately from our vantage point, the numbers kind of run together, but we will get that for you. Oh, well, look at that. Wouldn't it happen to be Chacon with a great defensive play? Or was it? No, correction. That is 26. That is Cody Klein. Hats off to you, Cody Klein. And my apology, your 6 looked like a 0, okay? That happens.
Left in the game.
Of course, that play had to happen in the farthest corner from us, from our vantage point in the entire field.
All right, 2:17 left. How much can Canyon Lake eat off the clock? We're about to 5 down. At that time, as Ruff carried the football for little to no gain. As a matter of fact, probably no gain. They're going to mark for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Canyon Lake as the clock continues to run. Now under 2 minutes left, and the Hawks obviously on their way to win one of the 2018 campaign.
A good first victory. Obviously, there's some things Coach Drummond will work on. great start to the game, a pretty solid finish actually. It's just in the middle, second and third quarter, kind of keep going with that flow you had in the first quarter.
I mean, that's what you call the way this thing began. They got out and got after it. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff coming near side, and I believe that is Rose who crosses the 25 down to around the 27-yard line. Stop on that play by Reese Van Hoos. We called his name quite a bit this evening for the Mustangs. Keeping it on the ground, running the clock. Now 60 seconds left to go in this one this evening is bringing the play in Ethan Slater, for Canyon Lake. This will bring up a 3rd and about 5 as the handoff comes near side. Once again, this is Rose turning the corner, banging out to cross the 40-yard line. Or check that is Chacon 20 with the carry. And that ought to just about put the icing on the cake right there as we're under 1 minute left, a half minute left. They're keeping it on the ground.
I think it's time for everybody's favorite formation, Roland. I think it's time for victory formation, where you take a knee and put this one away. A great opening win for the 2018 campaign for the Hawks. Defense pitches a shutout. Offense looked dominant early.
That's the case, and that ought to do it. So the Canyon Lake Hawks put one in the win column with a 22-0 win over the Marble Falls Mustangs this evening from Canyon Lake Stadium here in Fisher, Texas. We're so glad you were along for the ride this evening. We'll be back to have some final thoughts and look ahead to next week here in just a couple of minutes. You're enjoying Hawks football right here on the Hawks Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
I've been an HEB truck driver for over 40 years and driven more than 3 million miles. I've seen a lot of wide open spaces and beautiful Texas places. It's the best job ever. All 700 of our friendly truck drivers are committed to getting fresh products to the store every single day. In fact, HEB drivers make more than 12,000 deliveries every week because Texas families need us, so we always deliver. This is the delivered fresh department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
Oh, look at that! It's starting to feel like a mega pick.
I'm loving this place already. You're digging, you're going through the layers. This is American history, and it's for sale.
I'll take it.
Watch History Channel, GVTC, Channel 557.
Back with you now. Our post-game coverage right now, tonight's Canyon Lake Marble Falls game. Mike Benson, Roland J. Reese with you, and a very impressive, miscues as we mentioned, but an impressive start for Canyon Lake.
Absolutely. I think the first quarter was indicative of what the rest of the night was going to be like. You had Connor Rose starting the game off with a 13-yard touchdown run with 9:33 left to go in the first quarter, gave him a 7-0 lead. Lorette with a 25-yard field goal to make it 10-0. About 3 minutes later, another touchdown on that 44-yard beautiful Statue of Liberty play by Jacob Ruff. They went for 2, or the fake play, didn't get it, and then Chacon a 4-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter. Put this one away, a 22-0 wire-to-wire victory, basically, for the Canyon Lake Hawks tonight.
I tell you what, it was rough running that 44-yard touchdown. They came right back to it later on in the game to pick up a key yardage. I mean, it was 3rd and long, or it was 2nd and long, and Ruff picked up some big yardage to give them a 3rd and short. They would eventually pick up a first down and keep control of the football.
Yeah, he was absolutely my most valuable player of the night tonight. Over 100-yard rushing, approaching 150 yards on the ground tonight. Weren't even talking about him before the game, which is a phenomenal sign for Coach Drum. We talked about Chacon, you talked about Lorette, you talked about all these other guys at the beginning of the game, and then you have Jacob Ruff coming in. Now another weapon they have moving forward. Obviously things you can clean up. It's week 1, though. You get the win, you get out of here with no injuries. That's a great day.
And that's kind of a cool thing about scouting, too, or watching game film, is they're going to tell you, you're going to key on this guy, you're going to key on this guy, you're going to key on this guy, and watch who's going to hurt you, somebody maybe you didn't key on.
Exactly. That's what it's nice to have a stable of running backs that you can go to, and they change in and out. Obviously, everybody's playing both sides of the ball, it looks like. Just an overall wonderful performance for the Hawks. A great start to the 2018 football campaign.
Absolutely. 22-0 Canyon Lake over Marble Falls. And next week, the Hawks' opponent?
The Hawks are here, a home again against Pflugerville-Weiss. Game that will be next week, next Friday at 7:30 right here at Hawk Stadium.
All right. We hope to see you here. For my broadcast partner, Mike Benson, my name is Roland J. Reese. We thank you so much for joining us here on the Hawks Network. Stay with us all season because we'll be bringing you all kind of exciting Hawks football and other sporting events from the Hawks Network. Once again, our final this evening, Canyon Lake over Marble Falls, 22-0. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.